5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you the Pro League Grand Finals. Game 1 is between SKT1 and KT Roaster, and this is going to be an epic series to decide who wins the 2010-2011 Pro League. And here we have SKT1 bringing out one of his star players, Fancy, as the purple Terran at the 1 o'clock position to begin with, and we have Perfective playing as a teal player for KT at the 5 o'clock position. This is going to be an intense matchup. There we see Fancy concentrating hard here. Surely he wants to set a good opening for his team here by winning set 1 and taking a lead early on against KT. Here we have Perfective, who frankly I feel stands little chance against Fancy. Perfective is a relatively new player, and he has yet to really prove himself in anyone's eyes, myself included. Surely KT has prepared Perfective by having him practice some sort of sniping strategy on this in this game here, because I don't see what other chance he stands. And there we see a massive number of now these are SKT1 fans. Yes, SKT1 fans. They love Fantasy apparently. And surely Fantasy is going to crush Perfective, I feel, even though I I guess I would have to root for KT here on account of Flash. He is my favorite player. On the other hand, I would imagine SKT1 has more fans overall, with Bisu and Fancy, not to mention Uvi, and even Best, I'm sure, has many fangirls. So, and there we see Fancy going for a Barracks, so it looks like he is going for Barracks into Command Center build. That's interesting. Well, that remains to be seen. He may yet put down Refinery. I feel Fantasy would go for Mech. He is quite a good Mech player, and there we see a second hat-trick going down with your Perfective. Let's see what sort of strategy Perfective has to cope with this Mech play that surely is going to come out from Fantasy. Fantasy has been fond of using Mech as of late, and he's been quite good with it. So let us hope that Perfective does have something up his sleeve here in order to deal with Fantasy. And what else can I say about this series? Well, I read that this Pro League Grand Final Series was the #1 rated Korean cable show in its time slot, Grand Finals. And something like, apparently, 1 out of every 5 teenagers watched this show, which I found incredible. That's some good ratings, I have to say, and I do not see why MBC Game wants to give up the MSL as just silly, in my opinion. But that has been stated many times prior to this, and I just cannot believe that MSL could possibly end. Anyway, this is on OGN, by the way, so I think it's probably also being aired on the MBC Game channel, I imagine, currently. Regardless, here we see Fantasy bringing SEV to Scout. He's actually got 2 SEVs running around. He's paranoid about something, or maybe he's putting down Command Center now. I don't know why he's sending out the second SEV like that. And there we see Uvi himself. Haha, Uvi, the master, I would say. He dominates all in his prime, and look at that girl who is quite cute. And that's gotta be her boyfriend, and covering her face there. I thought she wasn't for a second, but apparently not. Good thing I did not speak too soon. And no Refinery! Second Barracks! What is Fantasy doing? He's going for infantry strategy. That is somewhat unusual for Fantasy, I would say. And hopefully Perfective realizes that something is amiss here. Otherwise he was going to be in some serious trouble, and there's a message of some sort. Surely for Perfective that is... but I cannot read what the message is, unfortunately. So let us see what Fantasy goes for. That Refinery is probably just for Academy upgrades. Let's see whether he goes for 3 Barracks into Factory type build, or the 5 Barracks push. I would imagine he wants to get his mech units out. This is Fantasy after all, and probably he's not going to go for the 5 Barracks strong push that Flash, for instance, is fond of doing, and some other Terrans like these days, putting out a bunker at the front. And it looks like there are quite a few Zerglings being built here. For Perfective, Perfective managed to finish off Fantasy's scouting SCV there. He's massed up quite a few Zerglings. He's going for a direct frontal assault here with these Zerglings. I am not sure this is a wise idea. There's a bunker at the front, good defenses, quite a few Marines. If Fantasy manages to pull his SCVs off in time to defend. He should defend reasonably well. Looks like a massive attack coming in by Perfective. Perfective's going to try to run by. No, he's going for a surround. Fantasy reacting too late with his SCVs there, it looks like, and Perfective bringing out more reinforcements, able to finish off most of the Marines, it looks like, and now he's managed to break through to the defenses somehow. There are only 2 Marines left, and Perfective is going to finish those off. He's not managed to kill too many SCVs in the meantime, but Fantasy has got no military left to protect himself. Those 2 Zerglings might yet be able to cause some trouble. It looks like one of the Zerglings getting picked off, only picking off 1 SCV, so 2 Fire Bats out. These 2 Fire Bats able to ward off any incoming attack, but no, Perfective has switched to Mealist. He may be going for some sort of 2-base Mealist strategy, and the KT, I mean, there we see Hoja and Flash ecstatic for their player. Perfective here, Bisu not looking pleased at all. I have to say, Bisu looking quite annoyed with Fantasy's performance thus far. Surely Beast was thinking, how could you, Fantasy? How could you fall for something that simple? It was a direct frontal assault. Fantasy just reacted too late, pulling his SCVs off. These direct frontal assaults rarely ever work well. Admittedly, didn't really kill too many units. This Fire Bat's coming here. There's a second Fire Bat sort of in a hidden position. The Fire Bat's not going to do anything with these Mealists out. And that Fire Bat not able to kill a drone. Things not looking good for Fantasy at all thus far, and surely Beastu's got to be thinking, huh, come on, Fantasy, you can do better than this. Beastu's got to be thinking that, because Beastu's saying, even if I were playing Terran, I wouldn't have fallen for that. That's just how much I know about Zerg tactics. Bisu is the master of versus Zerg play. I'm saying UV looking very annoyed there. I'm saying UV not pleased at all with his protege, with his apprentice. We had this contest before, of course, with UV as Darth Vader and Boxer as Obi-Wan. Obviously, eventually the apprentice did overcome the master here, and Fantasy not looking like he's going to be able to overcome UV's reputation anytime soon. Not with his performance this far, he's going to lose this supply depot at the front. There are 2 bunkers protecting that natural expansion, but right now, Perfective has a massive advantage in combat troops. He's got complete flock or flight or squadron, call it what you will, a group of Mealists, let's say group of Mealists. This is his opportunity, I feel. He's going to try to attack the main here. There are quite a few turrets already finished, but look at this natural. There are few defenses here. Perfective is going to try to pick away at that engineering bay, probably not going to get, but look at that. The northeastern approach of that command center at the natural is basically unprotected. There is 1 turret easily destroyable, and then Perfective would be wise to focus his attack in that area and try to kill as many SCVs as he can, even though he destroyed the bulk of Fantasy's military, which Fantasy has managed to rebuild by now. But the thing is, Fantasy's economy was left more or less unharassed. There might have been 1 or 2 SCVs picked off and some mining disrupted, but it wasn't critical. And there we see Hoja praying for his teammate Perfective there. Flash still looking calm. Hoja, though, perhaps sensing something is amiss, and Perfective is letting the momentum, the initiative, slip out of his grasp here. Fantasy reinforcing his production facilities by building another barracks. This is Perfective's chance. He has to go for the natural, I feel. If he can manage to take down the natural, there can't be that many Marines in the bunkers. Probably just 1 in each bunker, 1 or 2. And they are just killable right now. He's got to do something. He's got to inflict some sort of damage. And I don't think he's going to be able to break here at the barracks line. There are a lot of Marines and quite a few turrets to defend. But it looks like Perfective is going to be bull-headed this game. He's going to try to attack this position. His persistency here is not admirable in this case. In this case, he is just too stubborn for his own good. He's upgraded +1 aerial attack. This is still his chance. He could still potentially get it done, but I don't think by attacking into all those Marines and 4 turrets there, he sent some Zerglings piecemeal through. Kind of silly. Perfective, perhaps his inexperience really starting to show here. He's got himself in a good position, but every minute this goes on, the momentum is slipping out of his grasp. There's another barracks going up. There are 3 barracks pumping units here, and he can't, for instance, send Zerglings in piecemeal to be cleaned up by the single Marine in the bunker. I thought maybe that was a scouting Zergling just to see how many Marines were in that bunker, but I think he just misrallied them or something like that. And now Perfective persisting with his attack. here, but not able to get it done. There are still quite a few Marines, and he's losing mealist, losing too many mealist. Perfective has gone for 2-base mealist strategy here. He's almost managed to whittle down Fantasy's forces. Fantasy's got 4 Marines and 2 mechs left, and this is probably going to be his final attack here. He's coming for another assault, and it looks like he's going to be able to pick off an SCV building turret there, but there are more Marines now to reinforce, and this is why attacking at the production facility is such a high-risk, high-reward situation. Obviously, if you can gain control over the production base, you win. There's nothing the Terran can do at that point, but it's so hard to break through. Marines come out immediately to reinforce. 3 turrets there do a lot of damage and take some time to kill. Looks like we have an attack with Zerglings and Mealist this time, but the Zerglings not really able to accomplish much. This is what I mean. Those Zerglings able to finish off that bunker. Surely Perfective would have been better off attacking the natural instead of his attacks against that heavily defended protection area, because natural is relatively thinly held. And he could have sent in Zerglings to help in his assault. And now Perfective trying to attack here at the natural. Too late, I have to say. Way too late at this point. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much in Fantasy, already getting his factory. He's got 4 barracks up building. Perfective going to try to pick off this engineering bay. If he can pick this off, maybe he has a chance in this. But it looks like Fantasy able to save his engineering bay at the last moment. +1 attack upgrade is finished, and I fear things are in. Perfective now is in desperate trouble. He's losing so many Mulists to the attacks of these Mag Marines. The crowd is going insane in the background. Ubi looking pleased now. He is happy that his apprentice has managed to redeem himself in this case. And this attack, again, not able to get it done so many times. And Bisu looking very happy there. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, I have to say. Bisu looking extremely pleased there. And as he should be, and as Fantasy should be. Fantasy's got 5 turrets defending that production line. It's not going to go down. And Perfective so many times coming close to wiping out Fantasy's army. And there was he best, also ecstatic, I have to say, and there are SCV out scouting probably for the 3rd base, not that there is any 3rd base to find. Perfective coming, gonna pick off 3 turrets this time, and pick off a few more Marines, but at what cost to his Air Force? Flash, his eye twitching there! I'm saying Flash not pleased at all with how this game has turned out for Perfective. He actually doesn't look that upset. But, you know, that eye twitch, man, he is not happy about this turn of events. And at scouting SCV game picked off, Perfective at least has the president's mind to do that. He's continuing to stream these Zerglings in more or less piecemeal. He has saved up all his Zerglings, like amassed the dozen or 20 or 2 dozen or so Zerglings in conjunction with the Mulists. He may yet have been able to get something done. But sending 4 or 6 Zerglings at a time accomplishes nothing. He would have been better off sending them to attack the natural, pick off the turrets there. And armory! Out there are going to be Valkyries out. Valkyries coming out will seal the deal here for Fantasy, and there's nothing that Perfective can do, I fear, at this point. Perfective, too stubborn with his attacks. You do not attack in the teeth of Terran defenses. And this is the thing about Terran. They are so resilient and so difficult to kill. And, well, it seemed that Perfective had taken a clear lead by wiping out Fantasy's army with that initial Zergling attack. He's been unable to deliver the killing blow to Fantasy here. And now a few more Zerglings come in, but again, these Zerglings getting sent in more or less piecemeal to do nothing. And Perfective just not the experienced Zerg that he needed to be to finish Fantasy off here. Fantasy, though, all credit to Fantasy for fighting hard. That Valkyrie completely destroying those Mulists. That single Valkyrie, just so devastating. Nothing that Perfective can do. He knows it. He knows the game is over at this point. Fantasy even repairing his Valkyrie, and those Mulists pretty much all destroyed at this point. Fantasy knows he's won. He's BMing! Fantasy BMing, putting a command center down natural. Perfective looking very unhappy there. I have to say, oh, he looks devastated. And KT down 1, SKT1 taking the first game. Fantasy looking very pleased with himself, as he should be. All credit to Fantasy for surviving the brutal assault that came his way. Few Terrans probably would have survived that, but I feel Perfective really let the game out of his grasp. He should have attacked the natural, which was thinly defended, instead of attacking into the teeth of the Terran defenses. Almost never a good idea, these direct frontal assaults. In this case, clearly not working out for him. And what is this? Some sort of torch? This is not the Olympics. I don't know what he thinks he's doing there. Regardless, thank you for watching. Oh, wait, that's like... Is that like a ball that he shot out of that?